In my life, I've had over 70 body piercings, and in that time, I've come across a lot of people that have the wrong idea about body piercings. So in this week's video, I'm going to be telling you 5 myths about body piercings. Myth number 1, ear piercings can cause paralysis. Not true. There are no nerves in your ears that can cause paralysis. Just as any other piercings done on other parts of your body, there are no nerves in your body anywhere that can cause paralysis. Unless for some weird reason you were getting your spinal cord pierced, which is not an actual piercing, there are no nerves that can cause paralysis. Myth number 2, belly button piercings can damage your stomach and uterus. Not true. A belly button piercing only goes through the skin. It doesn't go anywhere near the inside of your stomach or anywhere near your uterus. So that is definitely a myth. Myth number 3, piercings done with a gun are safe. Not true. Piercing guns are evil. Never, ever, ever get any piercings with a gun. Getting a piercing done with a gun is very unhealthy. Because of how fast the jewelry pushes through the skin or cartilage, it can cause blunt force trauma to the body. A piercing needle has a tiny little hole inside the needle. So when it pushes through the skin or cartilage, it takes away part of the cartilage, which makes room for the jewelry. But a piercing gun pushes straight through, and that can cause the cartilage to shatter, and any other piercing done with a gun will take a lot longer to heal and has a higher rate of rejection. A piercing done with a gun doesn't leave room for swelling, but when you get a piercing done with a needle, generally they'll use longer jewelry to allow for swelling, but they don't do that with a piercing gun. So generally, if you have swelling, which most piercings will swell, you will more than likely have it rejecting, swelling over the top of the jewelry. And believe me, that hurts like hell to get the jewelry out when the ear has swollen over the jewelry. And piercing guns are very unsanitary, because one piercing gun is used multiple times on many people, and it's a lot harder to clean an actual piercing gun. So even though the jewelry might be brand new and clean, the piercing gun is not. Myth number 4, you can't get your tongue pierced if you are tongue-tied or have a very short tongue. Definitely not true. If you have a short tongue, you can still get your tongue pierced. You just need to find a qualified piercer that is willing to do it. It is not impossible, it's just a lot harder to get it done. I am tongue-tied, where the web underneath my tongue is really far forward, but I still got my tongue pierced right in the middle. And the way that they did that was pierce it slightly on an angle. When I got my tongue pierced on the side, it was a lot more painful and it bled like hell. But that's because the side of my tongue is a lot thicker than the middle of my tongue. And even if you have veins underneath your tongue, you can still get it pierced. It's gonna bleed a lot, it's gonna hurt a lot, but it is not going to make you bleed to death. And now into myth number 5. Eyebrow piercings can make one side of your face numb. Definitely not true. There are no nerves in your eyebrow that can cause paralysis or can cause your face to go numb. There are nerves in your eyebrows, so where you can move your eyebrows up and down and where you can feel pain in your eyebrows. But there are no nerves that will cause any sort of paralysis or any numbness in your eyebrow. And eyebrow piercings are not done so far back into the bone or the muscle or anything like that. So eyebrow piercings are completely safe. I have had many eyebrow piercings in my life, all of which rejected, so that's why I don't have eyebrow piercings now. But none of them caused any sort of paralysis or numbness or long-term damage to my eyebrows, only tiny scarring where the bars were rubbing against my skin. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, and if there's any myths that you think that I've forgotten about, please write them in the comments and let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Bye!